55. Al-Wali, the protecting friend, the patron. Al-Wali is one of the 99 names of Allah, God, mentioned in Islamic tradition. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Al-Wali, in Arabic, Al-Waliyu, meaning the true protector. He is supportive and loves his servants, protecting them from evil. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants victory for us and will guide mankind towards the path of righteousness. Al-Wali is transliterated from Arabic as Al-Waliyu, and it can be translated as the protecting friend, the helper, the guardian, or the patron. From the root vav lam ya, wa lam ya, which has the following classical Arabic connotations: to be near, close, nearby, to be a friend, helper, supporter, to defend, guard, lit. Friendly dealing, to be in charge, to turn one toward something, to be the master, owner, lord. Al-Wali refers to the attribute of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala being a close friend or ally. He wants you to know you're protected, supported, and looked after. He provides them with peace, guidance, and success in this life and the hereafter. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is also Al-Khaliq, the Creator, and we understand this to mean that we are His servants. But this is just one categorization of our possible relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There are a group of people who are His friends/allies called Awliya of Allah, friends of Allah. Awliya is the plural of Wali. And whoever is an ally of Allah and His Messenger and those who have believed, indeed, the party of Allah, they will be the predominant. Quran 5:56. On the authority of Abu Hurairah, may Allah be pleased with him, who said, the Messenger of Allah said, verily Allah Ta'ala has said, whosoever shows enmity to a wali, friend, of mine, then I have declared war against him. And my servant does not draw near to me with anything more love to me than the religious duties I have obligated upon him, and my servant continues to draw near to me with nafil, supererogatory, deeds until I love him. When I love him, I am his hearing with which he hears, and his sight with which he sees, and his hand with which he strikes, and his foot with which he walks. Were he to ask something of me, I would surely give it to him, and were he to seek refuge with me, I would surely grant him refuge. We can read about who the awliya of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are, but we should realize it's a status that is within our grasp. We should not read these stories without feeling inspired that it's possible for us. The Quran states, by being a believer, you are a friend of His. The question then is, how can one become the foremost elect of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? The answer is simple, but the practice is hard. It's to be dutiful and fulfill your obligations. To do good and obey His commands. Once that's established, go the extra mile and taste the sweetness in involuntary acts which are encouraged but not mandatory. Sheikh Tosun Bayrak writes, there is neither fear nor sadness for them, referring to the believer, for they do not know any other friend but Allah. They fear nothing except opposing Allah's pleasure. Allah is the ally of those who believe. He brings them out from darknesses into the light, and those who disbelieve, their allies are tagged, they take them out of the light into darknesses. Those are the companions of the fire, they will abide eternally therein. Quran 2-257. Your ally is none but Allah and, therefore, His Messenger and those who have believed, those who establish prayer and give zakah, and they bow in worship. Quran 5:55. We can see from these verses, Wali is mentioned as an ally, a working partner who ensures success for the believer. This encompasses one meaning of Wali. It can also refer to protection, as in the case of guardianship. For example, in Arabic, Awliya means parents, and someone who has wilaya is said to be the authority, ruler, or legal guardian. Verses from the Quran that reflect this quality of al-Wali. And it is He who sends down the rain after they had despaired and spreads His mercy, and He is the protector, the praiseworthy. Quran 42:28. Indeed, my protector is Allah, who has sent down the book, and He is an ally to the righteous. Quran 7-196. The story of Prophet Yusuf draws many parallels to Prophet Muhammad, may peace be upon them. Both were separated from their parents early in their childhood. They faced harm from the people closest to them. Yusuf, as brothers thought about killing him, and Abu Lahab opposed protecting his nephew and used to publicly humiliate him by casting rocks and leaving excrement at his door. Those closest to them failed to provide support. Aziz, who cared for Yusuf, as acted out in his self-interest, betraying Yusuf, leading to his arrest and imprisonment. And how did they respond? They turned to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the only true friend a person needs. Yusuf, as made the dua anta wali fid dunya, you are my protector in this world and in the hereafter. Quran 12-101. They are not hurt by anyone or anything because they have no expectations of others. They believe all matters are in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala care. If you turn to Him in pleasing ways, He will grant you care and protection. It may not be as you want it to be, but trust Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. For a second, imagine what it would feel like to be part of an inner circle of a kind king or someone of immense worldly success. You would be grateful for being in such a lucky position. You wouldn't want to break the trust and confidence that person has in you. Similarly, the believer benefits in knowing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is al-Wali. He has not left any of His believers stranded. He is the best friend anyone could ask for. He's the source of true success in this life and the next. We should engage in activities beloved by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that would raise our ranks within the inner circle of believers to try and grow nearer to Him. Indeed, they will never avail you against Allah at all, and indeed, the wrongdoers are allies of one another, but Allah is the protector of the righteous. Quran 45:19. Here are some significant aspects and understandings associated with this name. 1. Divine guardianship. Al-Wali refers to Allah's absolute sovereignty and guardianship over His creation. It signifies His role as the ultimate protector, helper, and supporter of believers. Allah is the one who guides, defends, and safeguards His servants. 2. Friendship with Allah. Al-Wali also signifies a special relationship of friendship and closeness between Allah and His faithful believers. It represents the notion that Allah is the true friend and ally of those who sincerely seek Him, obey His commandments, and trust in His guidance. 3. Authority and ownership. Al-Wali conveys the concept of ownership and authority. Allah is the ultimate authority over all affairs, and everything in the universe is under His control. He has the power to manage and govern His creation, ensuring justice, mercy, and wisdom prevail. 4. Guardianship of the righteous. Al-Wali highlights Allah's care and protection for the righteous individuals who sincerely worship Him. It signifies that Allah is their ultimate guardian, guiding and assisting them throughout their journey. 5. Leadership and lordship. Al-Wali also points to Allah's role as the supreme ruler and the master of all creation. Just as a wali, guardian, has authority over those under their care, Allah is the ultimate wali who governs and manages all affairs with wisdom and perfection. 6. Divine authority to grant success. Al-Wali denotes Allah's ability to grant success, victory, and support to his sincere devotees. It signifies that believers who rely on Allah alone will find their affairs facilitated, as He is the source of all help and assistance.